This was one of our most popular metal building designs in 2025. And here's why it's not going anywhere in 2026. Let's go check it out.
Welcome back, Pack.
Welcome back, Pack. Ed here from the WolfSteel marketing department, and today we got one of the most requested tubular metal building design behind us. We're going to show you exactly why this design was one of the most popular metal buildings of 2025. Chances are, if you haven't seen this metal building pop up all over our channel, you know, Abel and Jared, I believe they did a tour, I believe it was last year, of a black and gray metal building that had a similar design like this one. It was a very nice building. It had a lot of views in that video as well, so I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't seen it. Also, me and James actually did one recently that had a similar layout, right? Almost exactly the same, but I believe that one had the cedar encasements. But this one, man, this one might be my favorite one so far as the tubular metal buildings that I've seen. And I'm not being biased here, right? Now, this design isn't popular by accident, right? Whether you like working on cars, you need extra storage space, or you're simply running out of room in your house, right? So this tubular metal building design can really do it all. Now, before we get into the main tour, please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on all of our socials from Instagram, TikTok, the whole shebang. Are you ready for this tour? Let's go check it out.
Texas, we're incredibly grateful for the community that supports us. And this year, we want to give back something impactful. I'm Adbil with WolfSteel Buildings. We are a Texas-based metal building company. And this year alone, we helped over 300 families and businesses build across the state. We're proud of what we built here, and we're just getting started. So here's what we're doing. We're giving away a 30 by 40 metal building to one Texan. It's a real functional structure, perfect for storage, a barn, or a workshop. And there's nothing to buy to enter. To enter, all we ask is that you help spread the word. Follow our page, engage with our giveaway posts, and make sure you're eligible within our Texas service area. The winner will need to have a buildable site, and all the official rules are clearly laid out on our page. So if you've ever wanted a metal building or know someone that does, this is your opportunity. Texans, good luck.
Alrighty, Pack, let's start with the overall building specs, because this is where the design really starts to make sense. What we're working with here is a 30-foot wide by 45-foot long tubular metal building with a 13-foot leg height, as you can see up there. And if I did my math right, I believe the building peak height is around 20 feet. It might be around 18, 20 feet, but again, this building is built with double legs since it's at 13 feet, right? So keep in mind that anything 12 feet and below is built with single legs, while the 13 and 14 feet is built with the double legs. Anything 15 and above will get that ladder leg style, right? As you can see over here up top from this side of the building, right, we got a 412 roof pitch, so it's got a little bit more slope than your standard 312 setup, right? And that's just not for looks, but it helps with water runoff, and it gives you better interior clearance, especially since our client is going to be working in his car. It's going to be adding a lift in here as well, so you want to be able to have that clearance up top so you can, you know, be comfortable and move around comfortably when you do add that lift and you want to raise your car up, right? But before we get into the doors, I want to talk about the main point of this video, which is this lean-to, right? Because this is a huge reason why this layout keeps getting chosen over and over again. It's this lean-to. This lean-to runs 13 feet wide by 45 feet long. So the full length of the building, as you can see from over here, we got an 11-foot high for the high side, and then it drops to an 8-foot by 10 inches for the low side, which gives you plenty of usable clearance while you're inside, and it does help with, you know, keeping that water drainage going down smoothly. As you can tell up there, we do have the gutters and downspouts, and then we also have the gutters in on our lean-to as well. Now, what makes this even more functional is that 31 feet of this lean-to is fully enclosed. Now, I'm going to get into the lean-to here shortly. Again, it's one of the biggest talking points, but before I start there, I want to finish off with the colors, because man, the colors are beautiful. So what we got here is ash gray for the roof and walls with charcoal trim and gutters and downspouts, and then for the wainscot we have a rustic red color, and it just looks beautiful. It's very different from what we've seen from the usual black and white that you've been seeing all throughout last year. And hopefully this year, this rustic red and this ash gray are here to stay, because man, it just gives this beauty. It just gives this building a whole different look. The client also did some outside lighting as well. Being out here at night, it looks freaking awesome. It looks like a castle on top of a hill. And we also have this concrete driveway as well that we did, because as you can tell, the elevation here is pretty much all over the place. So what we did here is a concrete driveway to level everything out, right? So this is honestly why this design was one of the most popular layouts of 2025, and why it's only going to be even more popular in 2026. Again, this entire setup has been a work in progress also. As you can tell, the client has a pool over there. I believe in this area, in this lean-to little open section, you have about roughly around 200 square feet of usable cover space. So if you're out here, you want to be out by the, by the pool, sip on some drinks. That's exactly what our client's going to do over here. I believe he's going to fence this area somewhere over here where you can just be out closer to the pool. It's a really, really nice area to be under, especially if the wind's blowing. You want to definitely sip some wild turkey under this lean-to for sure. Now, one of my favorite details on this build is right in front of us is the cedar post. Cedar post just gives it a whole different look. It definitely makes a building pop out even more. Now, if cedar posts aren't your thing, there is another option that we offer, is the cedar encasements. We wrap this existing steel leg with cedar boards, right? So you still get that warm finished look, but with a slightly different aesthetic depending on what you're going for, right? Either way, it touches like a cedar post, cedar encasements, or what really elevate the overall finish of your metal building. And it makes it feel less of a metal building and more of a, an extension of your home, of your outdoor space, basically. Alrighty, pack. So this is Ed, and welcome to MTV Cribs. No, I'm joking. This is not MTV Cribs. I wish this was my tubular metal building, but it's not. So stepping inside here, we have the enclosed portion of the lean-to, and this is again where the layout really separates itself from a standard shop setup. Another thing was, when I was talking with the client, he told me that this space was going to be used as more of a pool house / hangout area. Our client's planning on adding, like a bathroom in here. That, as you can see, we have the plumbing. I believe the bathroom is going to be going over there, and I believe on this side he's going to be doing like a kitchen area, maybe like a sink, and then he's going to be he's going to be adding a fridge in here. So again, the possibilities for this side of the lean-to are really endless. Another thing I wanted to mention is that he's been planning this metal building whole project for about 2 to 3 years. So basically in the enclosed section, this gives you around 400 square feet of usable space. So it doesn't really feel tight at all. I mean, I'm about 5'4", I'm about 6 feet, and I mean, you still get good clearance. No, I'm joking. I'm not about 6 feet. I'm about 5'1", 5'2" on a good day, right? And you still, I mean, obviously the high side is 11 feet, and then it drops down to an 8 feet and 10 inches. You don't feel trapped in here. You feel like you have enough clearance, and especially and then you have enough clearance up top. It feels freaking awesome. The client also added 2 30 by 53 double pane windows, which is perfect for how this space is going to be used. I mean, you still get plenty of that natural light. And also, another thing I wanted to point out is the spray foam. So our client actually went with 1-inch spray foam for the roof and for the walls, and that gives you an R value of 7. So he did mention to me that he plans on framing up the walls, right? And he's also gonna be adding some drywall as well. So all the yellow that you see from the spray foam is all gonna be covered up anyways. The 1-inch really serves its purpose for this type of area, right? If you're gonna be spending like a little bit of time in here, just hanging out, and you're not gonna be living here, right? The 1-inch spray foam really does its job. Now, what we do recommend here at WolfSteel Buildings is that if you're planning on living in your metal building, we do always recommend going with that 2-inch spray foam, which basically doubles in R value. But you still would need to add more insulation, such as bat insulation, to meet those residential codes. Shout out to our client, because he's gonna be doing some awesome work. And we're actually gonna be coming back here whenever he does finish the whole space out. So we would love to do another tour of the fully finished building. That our client is going to be doing.
A new project can be tedious. Finding the correct contractor for your concrete, building, insulation, etc. It's a lot. We know. We've seen it from various customers, which is why we've combined everything in one place just for you. We handle everything for you to make sure you have your building your way. We do tubular and red iron metal buildings, bolt-ups to weld-ups, concrete, site preparation, demolition work, polished concrete, polyura, or concrete coatings, permitting assistance to make sure you are clear with the city and HOA, various insulation options like spray foam, fiberglass, and solar reflective insulation, gutter system, custom accessories to stand out against your neighbor, custom overhead and roll-up doors, cedar posts or encasements, various service door options or windows to match your aesthetics, mezzanines or balconies available, or bolt-ups to give you that additional vertical space. Electrical is in the beta and available close to our office here in Fort Worth, Texas. Limited landscaping options and masonry to match your home or get that HOA approval. Everything you need in one place. Whether you're a business owner needing warehouse space or a car enthusiast needing a garage or just anyone looking for a strong custom metal building, we've got you covered. Our clients choose not because we're the cheapest, but because of what we stand for. Keep in mind, we do not service outside of our service areas. We do not provide just materials or just metal building kits. We don't just do concrete or spray foam. We do full turnkey Texas metal building projects. If you fall within our service area, contact us today. If not, I hope our channel can help you with your metal building project.
Alrighty now let's step inside this 30 by 45 garage space. And man, this space is freaking beautiful. And shout out to Argenis as well. Shout out to the whole team who's able to be part of this awesome project. I believe Argenis sold this project from the Alpha Wolves, and he really helped our client make this whole vision come to reality, right? So the first thing that jumps out right away is the lighting. So our client also added 6 UFO lights, and as you can see here, they're very bright. They're more than enough. I believe he had 4 UFO lights, but he actually added 2 more on this side. You can see the overhead doors kind of covering it. But like I mentioned, he's gonna be working in this garage space. He's gonna be adding a lift. You know, if you want to be working in your cars, you want to have good lighting so you know you can get down to the engine and not have any problems. But the 4 UFO lights, they do its job. Now, adding the 2 more, having 6 UFO lights, they really shine and they make this whole building pop out even more. Another thing I wanted to mention is that the client also did his own electrical. Now we are starting to offer electrical in some selected areas. So again, if you're interested in having the electrical in your metal building, reach out to our sales team. They will be more than happy to help you out throughout the whole process. They're very knowledgeable in it. But man, for me, Pac, I think the main event for this space is definitely the concrete. And what you're looking here is a stained concrete. This is actually something that we haven't even featured on the channel yet, and there's a reason why this client specifically chose to go with a stain and seal. So let me break it down for you. So first, what is a stained concrete, right? So concrete stain is a liquid coloring agent that penetrates the pores of the concrete, adding a long-lasting color and enhancing the overall look. So unlike paint, it doesn't sit on top, it actually soaks in, which gives you that natural, durable finish. As you can see, it looks freaking awesome. Now what we did here is the stain and seal. First off, the slab is properly prepped and cleaned, and any small imperfections or cracks that you see from the concrete slab, that all gets addressed, right? So once the surface is ready, the stain is mixed with water and it's applied using a sprayer. Now the key here is the technique, right? As you can see from the B-roll, you have to apply it evenly and usually in a circular motion, or you end up puddling with dark spots and sometimes even an uneven finish, and it wouldn't look good, right? While one person is spraying, another person is working on the stain to the concrete, usually with a mop, to really make sure that it penetrates evenly. Now this slab did receive 2 coats of stain, but every slab is different, so that can vary depending on how your concrete reacts. Now another thing is that what we do different here at WolfSteel is that we do use a water-based stain, which is safer to work with as well, and it's more forgiving compared to acid stains. Acid stains can give you stronger reactions, but they're harder to control, and they're not always the best option for every project. So that's why we go with the water-based stain. And then once the stain is fully set and ready to walk on, that's when the sealer is applied. As you can see from the gloss of this slab, you can see the shininess. That's where that stain comes to play. But this is the important part, is that stain is decorative. So it's just for looks, right? But the sealer is what protects it. As you can see from the top right here, around this angle, you can see the shininess, right? That's where that sealer is doing its work, and it's really protecting this whole slab, and it's gonna protect it for many years. Now, concrete naturally acts like a sponge, so like anything like oil, soda, chemicals, anything that you spill can basically soak in and leave permanent stains. So by sealing it, you're locking in that finish and making it much easier to clean and maintain. So, and like I mentioned, the client is going to be working on his cars, so having this concrete slab stained and sealed is definitely going to serve its purpose. Anything that gets spilled here, it's not going to absorb into the concrete. It'd be a much easier process to just clean it up. So very awesome job. Shout out to Willie and our whole concrete team for making this whole project happen. Now also, the client did also want a darker gray aesthetic, and when you pair that with the ice gray, as you can tell, this place just looks super clean. It's functional and it's ready to work. So another note is that we do fabricate our tubular metal buildings out of Weatherford, Texas. That's where we have our fabrication shop. So shout out to Chava as well and the whole fab shop for making this project exceptional. Beautiful. One last thing that I did want to mention is that the client does plan on adding that lift, like I mentioned, right? What we do here at WolfSteel is that we add those reinforced concrete squares that are built into the slab. Again, these are specifically designed to handle the extra load that comes with a lift. And it's one of those things you really want to plan for before the concrete is poured and not after. But now into the main eyes and eyebrows of the building. Well, basically the main eyes, in my opinion, are the overhead doors. So what we got here is 12 by 12 overhead door that is insulated as well with a R value of 6.8. And then we have in the back side, we have a 10 by 12 overhead door, but this one is chain hoisted. So as you can tell here, we have the chain hoisted, and all you do is just chain it up and it will go up, and then you just manually chain it down and the door will go down. Compared to this one is automatic, and so at a press of the button, it would just go up and down. Again, Pack, that's just the beauty of this layout. You know, you go from one garage space, you got easy access towards the back. Now, another thing I wanted to mention is that the client specifically added the doors on each side, right? Because he's gonna be driving in his cars and it's gonna be easier access to just drive it out, right? Another thing is whenever it's in the summertime or it's in a windy, or when it's very windy or something, if you wanna feel that breeze, you can open both of these doors and you're gonna feel that cool breeze just fly through in the building and then come out. So again, it's one of those things that you might not think right then and there, but whenever you do add them, you're gonna feel the whole wind breeze come in through in and out of the building. So it feels really good to have those, especially in the summertime, because here in Texas, it gets really hot, Pack. Plus you also have a door on each side, which helps that, like I mentioned earlier, with the airflow in those Texas summers. So now let me take you to the back of the building real quick. So right here, Pack, we have this little open / enclosed area, and this is where our client's gonna be adding some of his pool equipment. He wanted to have it here in the back so you don't really see it much, but I thought it was a really cool feature to have in this building, is that little area where you can just store things in the back and nobody will really see it unless you are out here like in the backyard or something. But that was a really cool addition that the client did, is by customizing that little part of his lean-to. And overall, it looks really cool. I love it. We also have the special wainscot that we have here. It's beautiful. Another thing I wanted to point out is the U trim. We have the J trim here. That basically helps with, you know, redirecting that water that does come down from here and it just comes straight out. Another thing is the notch detail looks awesome. So the notch detail helps with, you know, helping minimizing any water that might seep in through the building, especially if you had a ramp. Water might be able to get in, but with the notch detail, no water is gonna be coming in, especially no critters, because you don't want critters living here rent-free. So no critters are gonna be able to come in because of the notch detail. But man, overall, it's just a beautiful building. And then you have the gutters and downspouts. Our client also did a little drainage as well for the gutters and downspouts. He redirected all the water that's gonna be pouring down here into the outside of his building. So really smart addition what we have here. Well, there you have it, Pack. I hope you had a great time walking through this beautiful tubular metal building with me. Again, this design, it really shows you why this whole layout has become super popular, and I think it's gonna be here to stay as well. So again, from the workshop to the garage space to the lean-to as well, because that was a huge talking point. I really love this whole design. And again, a big shout out to our client for letting us film and come be a part of the process and film the process as well. So a big shout out to our client and for trusting us on making this vision come to reality. But again, Pac, I hope I was able to show you the possibilities when it comes to building your tubular metal building. And a big shout out to our Genesis as well and the whole WolfSteel team for making this project come to life. Again, if you enjoyed this building, please like, share, and subscribe. And comment down below on what you would do with this layout, this whole design. Leave it down in the comment section below. And anyways, Pac, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some food now, and I'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, Pac, it's giveaway time. You know how we love giving away free items here at WolfSteel Buildings. And today's lucky winner is gonna be receiving a free WolfSteel shirt and a free WolfSteel flag. For those who checked out our previous video of the tubular metal building that had fiberglass insulation, Adbill dropped a question at the beginning of the tour, and that question was, if you were to get a metal building, what insulation option would you go for? Spray foam or fiberglass? And we had 6 lucky participants make the cutoff time, which was Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. So to those 6 lucky participants, now is your time. And for those who missed out the cutoff time, don't worry, we have plenty more giveaways coming up. So stay tuned for those. Let's spin that wheel and see who won the free WolfSteel shirt and the free WolfSteel flag. So let's do this. So the winner, let's spin that wheel. So the winner is what's farther than right. Congratulations, what's farther than right? I don't know. What's farther than right? Left? Right? I don't know. But congratulations, you are the winner of today's giveaway. You win a free WolfSteel shirt and a free WolfSteel flag. Again, make sure you send us a message so we can get you taken care of. And we'll also be reaching out to you just in case we don't receive that message from you. And to everyone who participated, we appreciate y'all. We love when y'all show us support, and it means a lot to us here at WolfSteel Buildings. If you didn't win, again, we have plenty more giveaways coming soon, so be on the lookout for those. But anyways, Pac, that's enough of me now. We'll see you in the next one.
Pac, stay up to date with everything we're up to by checking out our social media. You can find us at WolfSteel Buildings for behind the scenes actions. We share our latest projects, updates on what the team is working on, and all the exciting progress happening in real time. Don't miss out on the action and give us a follow.
What if I told you this 30 by 40 red iron shop was built around a river view and built to handle it? Today we're in Seguin, Texas, in one of the most unique hangout shops that we built yet. Let's check it out.